Welcome along to the Sporty Show, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to have you here, as always. And as always, I am Sara Pararia, joined with the lovely Klinton Cod.
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. What you saying, man? Jesus, boy, Klinton Cod, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're live here. We're about to take you on a ride. Jesus Christ. We also have the tallest man in Madrid, as usual. Come on, how do we welcome this tall man again? It's Alex Ashmore!
Nailed that one.
It's not appropriate to bring back the... someone's playing that might recognise that celebration. Good to be back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, is that Jude Bellingham?
Yeah. Last time he was doing that, he was packing his bags, going home from the final of the Euros.
No, but he needs to mind the way he does that stuff, though, because he just reminded me of how, you know, after Jesus came down on earth and he went through all the persecution.
We weren't alive then.
Oh, right, no, I mean, hey, wait.
Today?
Sarah, no, wait. No, you guys are pissing me off. Sarah, yours is just before the show. Your one is like 1 minute into the show. Is that, no, like, wait.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. We've been giving Klinton a lot of grief because of how old he is.
Alex, if everybody grills me, not you. Alex. Oh, God, Alex, you. Alex, I thought you were nice. No, Alex, I thought you were a nice person.
It's all with love.
Wait, guys, I do have something to say about Alex Ashmore, though. Just before we went live here, he's told me that he hasn't seen or read the Harry Potter books. He said you've seen maybe like the 1 or 2 movie. If you guys are watching us on YouTube right now, comment if you think that's weird, because I grew up reading and living by Harry Potter. Also, I think it's just the fact that you're from the UK that I don't know how you avoided that. So comment in the YouTube what you guys think. Should Alex Ashmore, should he have watched Harry Potter? Should he have read the books? Let us know what you guys think. But here's what's coming up on today's show.
We start today's show by looking at the big game of the day, as Real Madrid take on Atalanta in the Super Cup final, with Mbappe likely to make his debut against Ademola Lookman's team. The top 5 leagues are back in action, as well as the Saudi Cup and the Carabao Cup, as we discuss everything happening in the footballing world. And we also take a look at all the latest transfer news from around the globe. We start today's show by looking at the big game of the day.
Go for it twice there. Yes, producer Ben is back with our summaries there. If you missed that beautiful voice, don't worry.
Yep. You have a whole season to hear that voice, okay? Yeah.
Yes, guys, we have La Liga finally kicking off tomorrow, Thursday. The Prem on Friday, Serie A on Saturday. We are nearly there, but today, there is a massive match in Real Madrid taking on Atalanta in Warsaw at the National Stadium. Alex, it's
By the way, before you speak to Alex, I just want to, back up Alex, because somebody has just said that Harry Potter is mid. And the fact is, I agree with you.
You haven't watched it. Also, put some respect and spell Harry Potter with 2 T's. Mr. Football 1975, Potter is spelled with 2 T's. Have a little respect.
Harry Potter is actually mid, if we want to be sincere with ourselves. I think it's a children kind of movie. Like, if you ask,
but something you watch when you're younger.
Okay, well, it was your childhood, fair
Like,
enough,
that's why when you watch it back now, or if you reread the books, it's like you are as if you were, like 10, 12, 15, because they came out, year after year after year. So, the first book for the last book, you went through, like, adolescence. So there's so many things that, like, you remember what time of, like, life you were in. So there's definitely a nostalgia, like, connection with it.
Have you seen Aki and Popo before?
Actually, yeah, you've showed me.
Oh, well, I told you. But did you see it when you were... No, but did you... No, but wait. Did you see it when you were a child? No, you didn't see it. Not because I told you. Did you see it when you were growing up? No. Well, exactly.
Well, I don't think we're going to compare Harry Potter to Aki and Popo, because Harry Potter is an international...
By the way, Aki and Popo is bigger than Harry Potter.
Okay,
No,
so
this is facts. Like, God knows
I'll apologize
this is
to
facts.
everyone today. Klinton may
if you
have
agree
taken
with me, please let us know.
the show.
Harry Potter and Aki and Popo, God knows Aki and Popo, they are bigger. They are bigger when it comes to the branding. They are bigger when it comes to anything. Like, who cares about Harry Potter, man?
So you're saying I should watch Aki and Popo first?
Bro, fam, go and watch Aki and Popo. Listen, Alex, go and watch Aki and Popo. Come back and tell me. Don't. If you've never seen Harry Potter, don't even dare, because you literally... It's nonsense, man.
Just jump into our comments here really quickly. Atalanta to beat Real Madrid 2-1 from Football 97. Alex Bojang has said Barca fans keep crying, but Madrid is going to get cooked tonight. Bit contradicting in that one. Atalanta is going to win by luck, looking at the squad that Madrid has. Right, Klinton? Is that true? You think Atalanta are going to win this game?
You see, the fact is, you remember when we were speaking about Mbappe coming to Madrid, and we said that it could either be for the best or it could be for the worst. Now, I think today might be a test of it being the worst, right? Yes, there is all the whole stars. There is still that whole thing of, is Mbappe going to start? Is he going to come from the bench? Obviously, Vinicius still has his left wing. Question is, I think if they get Mbappe to start from the bench and play the normal Real Madrid game, there is a chance that Real Madrid would win, right? But if they want to start this whole, yes, Mbappe comes, start, let today be your first game, I think this is not a game for him to start. I was hearing a rumor that Ancelotti is saying the people who got Madrid to this stage should be the ones to start, right? Now, if they do it like that, Madrid will still be Madrid. But if they want to test out this whole new thing with Mbappe, fam, I think it's going to go south. Atalanta, Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman. Oh, God. Ademola Lookman. Today, he might be giving us the next hat-trick.
Well, it's a big statement right there. We'll see what he has to say. But let's talk a little bit about what happened to Madrid just yesterday in their training, as Camavinga has, been injured. And
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I kind of, stopped talking there because the video is a little bit grim. If you are a little bit nervous watching injuries, then maybe skip this next clip. But here is Camavinga's injury in Real Madrid training.
It's the scream as well.
Damn! Damn! Ow, 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 ow. I want to see it again.
Just look at the way it walks up.
If you look at if you pause the image when he goes down, you can see Tchouaméni's foot is on his ankle.
Yeah.
And that obviously, would be an added, adding, as they say, literally adding insult to injury because, when you go over on your knee like that, it hurts as much. But then when you have someone's foot on your ankle, it's just double. And, like quite a lot of people, I imagine I'm a bit like, oof, when I see those sort of injuries because it feels like one of those ones that if you go just that little bit inch further, it could be the end of your career.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's only out for 6 or 7 weeks. But, when you first see those sort of injuries, sometimes you fear the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. So with Camavinga being out, we know Toni Kroos has also retired. So do you guys think that Jude Bellingham will likely drop to the midfield now?
I think it's probably, he hasn't played, he's been obviously away since coming back from the Euros, and I feel like this would be a good chance just to build up that fitness a little bit again. Obviously, there are options. They've got Arda Güler, they've got Fede Valverde, they've got Tchouaméni. They've got plenty of options in that midfield. But I think if they are going to start Bellingham, you can see him in that maybe that dropping back into a sort of more of an 8 rather than a 10 role. Because, Camavinga obviously does shore up that defensive side of the midfield. So, perhaps we can see him and Valverde lining up together alongside. Yeah, even a front three like that. And then maybe you could see Tchouaméni and Valverde coming into the middle and Bellingham going up in a 10 role if they need to. But yeah, I can see Bellingham just covering that role for Camavinga.
There's somebody, I'm just looking at that formation and, there's somebody I wish was starting. I understand that he's still a very new signee and, I'm looking at that team. I believe he's capable of benching Rodrigo if it was possible. But do you know who I'm talking about, though?
You say Arda Güler?
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's it. It's definitely him. He's somebody I really want to watch play. I feel like this Madrid team, it really suits him so much. And obviously his style of play, I see him really literally cutting him from that, right, going into the left and taking that shot that's going to go
goal.
into... Yes, that goal again. That's something I'm really looking at him repeating with this Real Madrid team. And, Rodrigo, is he good? Obviously he's good. But, I just feel like Güler is more of a threat.
They've got so many options.
They do.
If one doesn't work, they've got 3 others that do just as good a job.
Yeah, which is why they are Real Madrid. The one person I'm also surprised to be seeing at the central midfield right there is Militao, who's been injured. I'm not saying he shouldn't be there, but I'm surprised with all the whole season of injury that he's had. And last season, he's having to start such an important game.
I think it's good for his fitness. He did slowly come back towards the end of the season. We saw him get some minutes, and I think he's going to be a key player in this defence this season. They've obviously Rudiger and Militao, I imagine, will be starting most of these games because Alaba's still injured. He potentially might not play for the first couple of months of this season. I feel like they've got to build up Militao's fitness, and on his day, he is one of the best defenders in the world. But obviously, we haven't been able to see that recently because he suffered an injury last season and was out for quite some time.
But you know what? Let's speak about Mbappe though. Like Sarah, through this, do you think Mbappe starting this particular game, do you think it's a very great idea for Ancelotti's side? Like, what? I mean, if you were the coach, what would you be thinking at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I could almost see potentially him and Vinny playing on the flanks and potentially Rodrigo dropping back a little bit into the center there. But I think he does get the start because if you look at who's up front, I think you start Rodrigo absolutely over Arda Güler because I think the thing is Rodrigo is overlooked because of the amount of super, natural talent on this team almost. But we have to remember Rodrigo came in clutch for Real Madrid last year, whether it was in La Liga matches or in the Champions League. He is a key factor, and Arda Güler has a lot to prove. Now, will he prove it? Maybe, and then he gets that spot. But I think Carlo Ancelotti, with what he was saying with we're going to play, the guys that got us here, I think he's going to stick with that mentality because you can't just drop somebody who was an absolute crucial part to your team last year, even though he might not be as shiny as, Vinny or Jude Bellingham or Camavinga. He is still very important. So I think we will see a lineup like this with those front three. I don't know if it'll be in that exact order. Like I said, I think maybe we could see someone, Mbappe, in fact, shifting to the right, potentially, but it's going to be, I think we will see Mbappe get the start for sure. But they're going to want to showcase and make a very big deal out of it.
But then again, if we're going to go by your logic, going by what Ancelotti would say, starting people who pretty much have, taking them to this level, why would Mbappe be starting?
Who would you start over Mbappe, though? Because in that position, you wouldn't put Arda Güler there. If
no,
you're
obviously
playing
not.
in the middle. Jose Lu is a 89th minute player, more or less. Like, you bring him in to score, and he did that last season, but they have the space there. That's why. I think, there's nobody that has played for Real that has been there for the last couple of years that would overtake Mbappe right now.
I mean, no, for me, I just feel like in as much as, there's a space there, but like I said, if I was the coach, I would be scared to get Mbappe because you don't know. You see, it's almost like what happens with Harry Kane. When people say Harry Kane is cost, and any team he goes to, there's some level of. He would score, but the goals will not take him to winning something very important, right? With this particular game, yes, Mbappe is not that kind of player. Mbappe would always deliver in whatever team he probably finds himself. But then again, if I was a coach, I wouldn't want to start Mbappe though because. We just don't know what the game is going to be. We don't know what kind of spirit is going to bring into the, such an important game like this. But like you said again, it's also a very strong argument to say who would then be the replacement.
Yeah.
You see. But anyways.
I think all the inclinations point towards Mbappe starting what you read in the press.
Yeah.
Spanish newspaper Marca, they're always, quite reliable when it comes to these sort of things. They're saying that they think Vinicius, Rodrigo and Mbappe will be that front three. So, and I can see that will be the front three that Real Madrid use this season, and they'll want to. This is the first competitive game they have this season. It's an important game, but for a club like Real Madrid, it's almost like that curtain raiser. They can test themselves, just get used to that competitive feeling after the summer break before they play Mallorca on Sunday. So I feel like it'd be a good test for Ancelotti. They may not play the whole game. They may just play 60 minutes, and then they'll bring on the likes of Brahim Diaz, Arda Güler.
Yeah, I mean, that's somebody else we did not mention. Brahim Diaz, who's an exceptional talent, if you ask me. I just feel like he just needs to find a club where he would have more of a regular play. I think he's literally a star boy. The fact that he's not usually in the conversation of Madrid stars. They see him as a tier 2 level player, which for me personally, I think he's a tier 1. It's just that he's just underrated. When we're speaking about underrated players, globally, I felt like he is definitely part of that number. And when you were saying who's going to replace Mbappe if he's not playing, I don't know, this might sound very crazy, but I literally see Brahim Diaz doing it.
Well, it would be because it wouldn't, who else would play in that position? Jose Lu isn't going to play, I don't think, a full match. He's not that kind of player, in my opinion. Jumping to the comments here, I see Sarponga said Real Madrid are going to win 3-0. Mukhtar says, you see, I'm a Barca fan, but I think Madrid is going to cook Atalanta today and win 3-0 with Vinny and Mbappe and Valverde getting on the board. They also wrote that I think Tchouaméni deliberately did that so we can get the start for Madrid in 6 weeks. That is horrendous. Truly. One player we have to talk about here, Vinicius Junior, getting an insane offer from Saudi Arabia, over $1 billion USD offer from Saudi Arabia. Let me break it down. So $1 billion salary, 13 times bigger than the one he has right now. He'll get free agency in 2029, which is before the age of 30, so he can return to Europe, which is obviously something that he would potentially want to do. He can get whatever job he wants in Saudi Arabia after football retirement, and he would be an ambassador for the 2034 World Cup. Would you take this deal, Klinton?
Are you asking me that question? I've taken it spiritually already on behalf of Vinicius. Like, why are you? What kind of question is that? Fam, I'm already in Saudi Arabia. Like, listen. First of all, I'm an Igbo man from Nigeria, and you see, the Bible says, sorry for bringing in this whole religious stuff. The Bible says that the 3 wise men, they came from the east, and this east is the eastern part of Nigeria, which is the Igbos. We love money a lot. Now, you see, if they give me 50% of that cash they are offering to Vinicius, right? Listen, I'll just leave this laptop with you.
They give me 1%.
Genuinely.
No, but you see, Lamine Yamal just messaged us.
Stop.
God will punish that person that gave his name and is making my heart fly. Anyways, but you see, I kind of understand why he would not take such an opportunity now. We're speaking earlier, and, there's still a lot of things to do in Europe, and, he's still very young, and he's only like 24 years old, and there's still so much to achieve whilst in Europe. And maybe it's not the right age for him to go. Maybe if he was, say, age 20, maybe 28, 29, around that age where he's done a lot already in Europe, maybe it would have been the best option for him to go. But then again, by the time he gets to that age, what's the probability that he will be playing on the level that he's playing currently? Would that opportunity that he's having now still be available? Who knows? But then again, it's individual. It's what he wants. At the end of the day, what he wants to achieve. He's getting a lot of money from Real Madrid so far. And the fact is, whatever he's getting now, I'm sure he is not even able to spend it. Like, this whole money that people seem to be... I remember Odion Ighalo, who that plays in Saudi. He was playing for Manchester at some point. I think he's probably one of the only few Nigerians that played for Manchester United. When he was interviewed as to why do people go to Saudi, he said, we are going for the money. Anybody going to play in Saudi Arabia, they are playing for the money 100%. At the end of the day. So it depends on what you want. If you're looking for the money, I think it's the best place to go. If you're looking for taking your career to greater heights, winning trophies, trying to stamp your name on the world of football when it comes to Europe, I think he's taking the best decision by still staying here and overlooking whatever cash is being offered.
Yeah, I think, though, to leave Real Madrid at this moment, though, would be foolish to go to Saudi Arabia, because what happens when you go to Saudi Arabia? All dreams die. Cristiano Ronaldo, proof. Like, it's just, that the football is not on the same level, and we're talking about the biggest team right now in football, in Real Madrid. And Vinny is not... How old is Vinny? 25?
24.
24, okay. So he's in his football prime, 24, about these years, right? So if he were to leave the biggest team with, the likes of Mbappe coming in, Carlo Ancelotti's still at the realm, to me, like, people go to Saudi Arabia, like you said, for money, but this would be, he doesn't need it, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, you don't need it. That's what I think. I think if he goes, it's just, like, you're giving up the dream.
Yeah, but then again, do you think he's giving... What if he decides to say, okay, you know what, I just go to Saudi and I play for a couple of years, right? Grab all the money, come back. Who knows? He's still probably going to play on a high level. I understand what happens.
But is he, though? That's the risk factor.
Yeah, but
Are you going to still be as good as you were? Are people going to still be interested?
No, but then look at the likes of N'Golo Kante, who's gone there. He came back to the Euros, and he was like a machine. People were like, wait, this guy's lost himself in Saudi.
But N'Golo Kante is the anomaly. Everyone else, what's happened to
that is an anomaly.
No, but genuinely, like, look at all the players that have gone, and N'Golo Kante is kind of one of the only ones that has remained, at that level and has come back to Europe and has proven. A lot of the other players are still playing in Saudi, or, we're not even...
Laporte, what happened to him? He won the Euros, right?
He won the Euros with Spain.
Yeah, and where has he been playing?
He went.
Playing with Al Nassr.
Exactly.
Saudi Arabia.
So that's in Saudi Arabia, right?
Okay, so you have two. What about like Milinkovic-Savic, Sadio Mane? What happened to Sadio Mane? What happened to
but listen,
Ruben
those
Neves,
ones,
all these guys that were good.
But what you got to understand with these ones is, like we said, is the reason why you've gone there. Some of them have gone there for the money, and at the same time they've gone to play football. Whereas some of them have also gone just for the money, and they've seen the money, they forgot about football, right? Sadio Mane, the truth is, it's quite shameful. You know, I was seeing this clip that was put together, you know, of Sadio Mane, his current style of play, and the will I say the abnormality that's now come with his current game. And I was like, damn, man, it's to tell you that, you know, they've really gone for the money. Do you see it? I mean, there are players who have really gone for the money. And there are also players who have gone for the money. And because they remain class, what they still have in them is still stays there. We've just mentioned the player who's gone to Saudi. He's come to win the Europe. We are also talking about the like of N'Golo Kante, who's been there playing. He's come to France and he's still blended in. And people, I mean, at some point, he was your favorite man. Like, you saw how we were worshiping him here on, you know, in the studio. Like, would you ever think Cristiano Ronaldo is a typical example as well? Like, he's been to Saudi. Yeah, I understand that Ronaldo is not playing to the standard of Ronaldo, and I'm blaming that on his age. I'm not blaming it on the fact that he cannot play football again. It's just age that's telling on him, right? Now, is he still producing the goals in Saudi? Of course he is. Right? He's probably the highest goal scorer from last season. Fact, yeah? But the question is, what is the mission? What's the reason why you're going to Saudi? Is it a cash? If it's a cash, fine. Vinicius is being offered all this money. If he has class in him, right, he's going to go there, get his money, come back to Europe, because there's still going to be time, and he's still going to prove that he's Vinicius Junior.
I think the big thing for me is, yes, there is that opportunity. He goes to Saudi, you know, earns a lot of money, more than he's on now. He's earning quite a lot now, but I think that when you look at the picture as a whole, the where he's at the moment in the world, he's close to winning a Ballon d'Or. He's arguably one of the best wingers in the world at the moment. He is one of the best wingers in the world.
One of them, yeah.
And he's playing for the best club in the world. He's winning the trophies. He has the chance to go down as one of the greatest players of all time. You know, he's in contention. He has the trajectory, the career path to do that. If he stays at Real Madrid, keeps winning La Ligas, keeps winning Champions Leagues, he will go down as a generational talent. He will go down in Brazil, similar, maybe not up towards Pelé, but he'll be in the sort of similar echelons as Ronaldinho and those sort of players. Maybe
but
even
Ronaldinho
further.
and Pelé won things for Brazil. I think that's the biggest difference.
No, I'm saying he could go down if he carries on with Real Madrid and then he carries on winning stuff.
I think he has to prove himself at the national
level.
He
does, but I feel like by staying in Europe and playing with Real Madrid, that gives him his best chance with Brazil.
Of course.
There will always be the offer from Saudi, whether it be from the MLS. There will always be a big money offer for him, no matter what age he has, whether he's 34, 24, 26. If he stays at Real Madrid for another 10 years, there'll still be that offer there. So I think he's got to, for me, and this is obviously what I would do if I was in this situation, stay here, play out your career at Real Madrid, win the trophies, collect the accolades, become one of the best players in the world, cement your legacy, and then go and get the money. Because I feel like this is something that too many players, I feel like, are doing. You saw some of the players get criticised for this. I can't remember who got criticised exactly, but I think it was on Twitter. Was it Kevin De Bruyne? Oh, no, it was Toni Kroos criticised someone for going to Saudi Arabia just for the money. It was a young.
Oh yeah, I think I remember
lad.
that.
I can't remember.
The
name escapes me.
Yeah. I can't remember now.
Former Barca player.
Yes.
Yeah, was playing in Vigo. South Vigo.
And I get, I get the money
at
is
the time.
tempting, and I can't say that I would reject $1 billion because I've never been offered $1 billion.
Fam, do you know what $1 billion is though? Like,
I mean,
fam, no, listen, just stop. I think now you mentioned the money, I'm even more pissed off again. Like, fam, this is $1 billion, This is $1 billion. No, Vinicius, actually, you've made me angry.
Gabri Viega.
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it was just there.
$1 billion. Wait. Let's pronounce this money because when you say $1 billion, it feels like
I can't even imagine it. I have no idea what that looks like.
$1 billion. See, there's a way you call that money, like it could just erupt on fire from somewhere and this studio will catch fire. But this is $1 billion. Hey.
But we also have to remember that these guys, it's not like they're making pennies where they are right now.
No, I know. I understand.
They're set for life already. with the money that they're making.
Yeah.
Their kids are set for life with the money that they're making already too.
But
It is obvious, of course they can make more, but then it's like, do you give up the dream like Alex said, and you just sell out? And of course you're gonna make all this money. Like the thing is they're already so rich. They're so rich. How much money? Okay, question for all of you watching: how much money is too much money? Because something that you said off air, Klinton, was that these people are making more money than most people will ever see in their entire lifetime.
I mean, no. Actually, the way I said it was,
Did you say?
I said these people are making. Okay, no. Actually, this is how I said. I said what Vinicius makes in a week, is probably what people would not see the rest of their life.
I think it's like 442,000 euros a week.
I mean,
like, it's incredible. Someone low-key just said in the comments, if Vinny is from Africa, he would have accepted.
That's the only reason why I feel he didn't accept it. I just feel like there's some Brazilian kind of thinking that's made it.
Let's not pretend that the South Americans, like... let's relax. We've seen them.
Oh, man, no, but that's a lot of money. I'm still thinking about that stuff, and I'm so angry with Vinicius. The next time I see him, real life, fam, he's getting a punch.
No, you have to sit him down and be like, I need you to explain this one.
No. He deserves some level of explanation. That's one.
No, I think it's admirable if he stays. All right, let's continue talking about this match. Real Madrid, Atalanta, obviously. We've spoken about Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And I think the difference here with these two sides is Atalanta obviously winning Europa League. They knocked out Liverpool. They're going for their first ever Super Cup trophy. Real Madrid, on the other hand, going for 6. They're right now tied with Barca and Milan. They're going for the most ever one. But Atalanta are really injured right now. They're injured. They have players that are not in contention to play today. Right now, Scamacca out with an ACL injury. Scalvini's out. Zaniolo's out. Koop Miners is out. Torre's out. Toloy's out. Yes, Ademola Lookman will be there.
And
yes, to Katzaler. Yes, Retegui. Ben Godfrey is in now. Sulemana. They've signed a few new players. Definitely adding strength to the squad. But when you look at the likes of Real Madrid, Alex, and how deep their squad is compared to Atalanta, I think this is the biggest difference right now when I look at these two teams going head-to-head today.
I mean, we were saying all the same things when they came up against Liverpool in the Europa League. They haven't got a chance. They're surely, obviously Liverpool were strong favourites in that tie. They got played out of the park in the first leg. Obviously, this is different. This is, Real Madrid we're talking about. I do think all of the odds are in Real Madrid's favour. Mm-hmm. The only way Atalanta sneak a win is if Real Madrid don't turn up on the day. They're just not ready for it, or they're not too bothered about the cup. If that would be something that could happen, I really don't think it would. But I honestly can't see Real Madrid getting outperformed if they turn up. Atalanta, like you said, they're suffering with injuries. Yes, they brought in players, but I feel like, especially after a summer off, it's always harder to pull off an upset. It's easier to pull off an upset when you've had time together as a squad. You've gelled. Obviously, they've had this group of players for a while, but there are changes. When you're coming into a new season like Real Madrid with the quality of players that you have, it's much easier to hit the ground running. Whereas Atalanta, I think they will struggle tonight.
I am praying for Atalanta to win the game today.
I'm praying too. I mean,
this is exactly what I want.
Let's pray.
No, for real. Like, I just listen. There's some. You see, right now, everybody just thinks that because it's Real Madrid, because there's Mbappe, there's this player, there's that player. Like, it's just going to everything is in favor of. But that shock. That thing where it's like, hey. In fact, I want the first goal to be coming from Atlanta. But if it's not coming from them, I want them to be coming back and winning the game, if that makes sense. Because these are the kind of things that make football very beautiful. Yeah, right now we underestimate Atlanta. This is going to be one of those situations in the Euros where it's like Romania facing one big team, and then boom, Romania is hitting them like 3 goals at the end of the game. Like, this is what I want this game to be about today. Like, I want to see Ademola Lookman turning up the way he's never turned up. I don't want them to feel like this injury is like a setback for them, right? Most times, it works even to their favor, because right now, we look at Real Madrid. Everybody, in fact, people have probably done their analysis and be like, this is going to Real Madrid. But, what if it's going to work to the advantage of Atlanta? Because right now, people will think that there's no pressure. There's no pressure on Atlanta. right? And this is usually where the strength comes from. This is when they feel like, okay, now they're not expecting nothing from us. Let's show them who we really are. And even, irrespective of the injuries, what would then happen? Like, is it going to be a Lookman giving, some 2 goals within the first half, and then the next one come in the second, and it becomes a double hat trick? Fam, this is going to be very beautiful to see. I can't wait.
I think the thing is that if at Atalanta, like Klinton saying, goes up against Real, puts all the force on them and even scores first, or, even goes up 2. The thing is, if there are players on Real Madrid's starting 11 that aren't playing up to Ancelotti's standards, whether it's Mbappe, whether it's, Tchouaméni, they have Modric on the bench, they got Brahim Diaz.
They've got a second team, a third team.
The thing is, I think, and that's where I think I'm giving it more to Madrid, because you're right. It's one game, anything can happen. All the pressure's on Madrid. Atalanta, no one expects them to win. Of course, they're a talented side, but even if they go up, Ancelotti can make these crazy subs and bring in even more firepower, whereas Atalanta are struggling because of, their injuries and whatnot. Yeah. But something I do want to ask all you guys watching is that Klinton was saying Ademola Lookman scored the hat-trick in the Euro final against... No, I want to hear what they have to say, because I think it's actually a good point. It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. So he scored the hat-trick in the final against Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso's unbeaten side in the Bundesliga. No one expected Atalanta to win. Lookman said, hello, I'm here, scored 3. Now, Klinton said that if Atalanta beat Madrid today and he scores a hat-trick, or just scores it all?
He scores a hat-trick.
He scores a hat-trick. Is he the best African footballer of the year? I want to know what you guys have to say.
Actually, could you just rephrase that? It doesn't have to score a hat-trick.
That's what I thought.
They just need to win the game, yes. They just need to win the game.
Okay, so wait, even if he doesn't score...
Even if he doesn't score, but Atlanta wins the game... Hang on. If Atlanta wins the game today, right? And then the reason why they are playing the Super Cup was because Ademola Lookman did score a hat-trick in that previous game. I think, for me, he's the African Player of the Year, man.
Okay, let's see what everyone has to say, because I'm curious about this. I think there's few...
No, because I understand that, we did. Yes, we would obviously listen to what they have to say. But then again, people brought about the whole fact that, during the African Cup of Nations...
Sebastian Haller, I think, was fantastic, especially in the semi-final and the final.
Yeah, but we were saying that there was really no outstanding player in the Euros. In the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, it was chaotic.
It was just players who came together for their team. Some of them it was even luck, because even Ivory Coast, they had some kind of glitches here and there, but somehow they still managed to get the title, right? But then the thing is, there was no one player who we can say, wow, for every single game you played, you turned up. Or for every single thing that you did, this was wow. Like, there was none of that. Now, when we now come into the league, or the leagues, so far, the African player who has done something exceptional so far is Ademola Lookman. And it was from the Europa game, where they defeated Bayer Leverkusen. Now, if they come back and beat Real Madrid that has Mbappe...
I think the big thing for me is, it's not... Obviously, performance is a big part of it, but I think it's the influence you have on games. Yes, 27 goal involvements in 45 games for Lookman last season is impressive. It's fantastic. But I think having that hat-trick in the Europa League final, like you said, Klinton, he's the first man to score a hat-trick in a Europa League final. That's, it's not an easy thing to score a hat-trick, let alone in a final.
Well, absolutely.
And to do it against Bayer Leverkusen, who hadn't lost all season. That was the first game that they'd lost all season. So I feel like it's not just on the pitch, it's not just the goals you score, it's when you score those goals. And I think to have that influence at the important times, I'd rather a player go throughout the season, maybe score 5 or 10 goals, and then score in the important semi-finals and the quarterfinals and the finals, than score in the group stage or score in the early season games. I'd rather him score in the more important games, which is obviously, it feels like an obvious thing to say, but Lookman's done that. Yeah. He scored a hat-trick in the Europa League final. There's only one or two more important games in world football.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, he scored it against a team that's gone unbeaten all throughout the season. I mean, he's not scoring it against a team like West Ham or Ivory Coast, or Aston Villa, or he's scoring it against Manchester United. Like, you're scoring it against Bayer Leverkusen that has your brother in it. I'm talking about Victor Boniface, right? Listen, like we said, Real Madrid, on paper, it looks like they are taking the cup tonight. Yeah, but if mistakenly mistakenly. I mean, that's what we have to say, right?
Yeah.
Or by chance.
Sure.
I don't know the best word to say, but if by chance it goes to Atalanta away today, Ademola Lookman becomes a man. I mean, there's a reason why the man is in his name.
Kobe12 says Real Madrid are going to win 5-1 to Atalanta. Abdulaziz has said Atalanta to win 2-1. Lookman, man of the match. Baba Lola agrees with you, Klinton. Lookman is definitely the best African player and has brought up the fact that Ivory Coast has also got Simon Adingra, a Brighton player. I think they were fantastic last year as well, but with the likes of Brighton, I think it's...
Yeah, I mean,
not
to me, it's
comparable
no,
right
you
now.
can't really
But
compare.
I think a good shout.
I mean, he's an outstanding player. I can't lie to you,
Yep.
especially in the African Cup of Nations. He was good. In Brighton, he's good. But we're talking about the fact that somebody has got a hat-trick in a major league, literally in a final, and you know, they've literally clinched the cup. Like, they won it, and he gave you a hat-trick. So I think there's nothing comparable. He's actually the first person who's done that when it comes to the black race so far. So, fam, you know, there's nothing to compare when it comes to that.
All right, guys, I want your predictions for the Super Cup tonight. Real Madrid, Atalanta. Alex Ashmore, let's start with you.
I'm going to go 3-0 Real Madrid.
Okay.
Easy win, comfortable, turn on the class. Mbappe will get one, Vinicius will get one, and Bellingham will get the third.
Okay. Klinton?
I think I'm going 2-1 for Atlanta. Lookman has a goal. The other goal that's going to come is going to be an own goal for Real Madrid and is going to be caused by probably Militao. And I can't believe this thing I'm saying. I'm hearing a voice speaking to me somewhere. It's coming straight to my left ears. For Real Madrid goal, the person who I believe will be scoring is probably going to be Vini.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Mbappe is going to score in this game.
No, definitely not. I think Mbappe is going to take a shot, but it's going to hit the woodwork.
No, I think it's going to go over.
We're going to
Still trying to figure out what happened in those Euros. No, it takes time. It takes time. I don't think this is the match yet for Mbappe, but soon, for sure soon. I'm going to, as much as I want Atalanta to win, I really do. I'm really, really hoping they win. But I do think it'll be Real Madrid because of the depth on this team more than anything. I think Vinny is going to be the savior for Madrid. But I think Atalanta are going to score. I think so. So I will go... Let's go 3-1, Madrid. Let's go Lookman, though, to get on the board for Atalanta. Let's see. But hopefully they lose. So, exciting match tonight. And as I mentioned, guys, La Liga is back tomorrow, Premier League Friday, and the Serie A on Saturday. So make sure you follow us on all of our social media so you can come on the journey with us as the season finally kicks off. All right, guys, let's talk some transfers because a lot has gone on since we've last spoken to you last Friday. And I think the biggest one that comes to mind is the Conor Gallagher scandal. What's going on with Conor Gallagher? Well, he's back to London and he's playing with the under-21s at Chelsea. Talk to me, Alex, because this is chaos.
It's been a horror show. It's, you know, it's been all over the place. I think from the off, when, you know, the rumours started that Chelsea were looking to get rid of Conor Gallagher, I know it's been a thing for a while. They were looking to get rid of him in January. He was linked with a move to Tottenham. I understand why we have to get rid of these homegrown players, because it's pure profit. We're not spending any money on them. We're selling them on for pure profit. But we've caused these problems for ourselves, you know, as the club. They've spent so much money that they have to sell these players that are important to the club. Conor Gallagher was one of the most influential players in that squad. He was solid. He played over 50 games. He was the captain. When you take him out, it's sort of, he's still young, but you're taking out a really experienced head in that dressing room. He's been a Chelsea fan all of his life. He's come through the academy. He's Chelsea through and through. And when you have players like that who are not only passionate about the club, they bring quality to the dressing room, on the pitch as well. Taking them out and selling them, it feels, you know, harmful in every which way. And for him to go to Atleti, I was obviously excited to see him come to Madrid and, you know, see how another Brit does in La Liga. But to then see the saga with Samuel Marodion, to go through that, to think, oh, we're signing Samuel Marodion, which came through out of nowhere. I didn't expect Chelsea to go for a striker like Samuel Marodion. It felt like we've got this 35 million, quick, let's spend it on a player here. Then that's, fallen through for whatever reasons. Atleti have, not been able to sign Conor Gallagher because they were signing Julian Alvarez and they needed to sell another player. So it's been a mess from start to finish, and I think there are a few parties to blame, whether that be, Atleti for, not having the financial capabilities to do it, for Chelsea for not, going through with the Samuel Marodion deal. They were looking at João Felix, but that feels like it could be unlikely because of the finances. It feels like a FIFA career mode save to me. It's like, not sure about this, I'm going to quit and go back to my last save, which I did 2 days ago, so that it doesn't happen. It's ridiculous, and I hope he stays because I think he could be a good player for Chelsea. But the way they're treating him, making him train with the under-21s for a player of that stature at the club is frankly insulting.
I think that's shambolic, and honestly, it's making me even hate Todd Bailey even more with my whole soul. Like, I don't understand. I feel like there's just something going on with Chelsea that needs some spiritual attention. Like, they need a pastor from Nigeria and Ghana coming together, literally laying their hands on the owner of Chelsea and ask questions like, what the hell is going on here? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, Conor Gallagher is an icon to me in Chelsea. Like, this guy is somebody who has played with his whole heart. Like, when you see him play for Chelsea, you would know that he's just one of those people who would just feel like, I'm going nowhere. This is where I live. I'm here to defend this home where I am. And just to see what is going on with him, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's a very next level demotion. Going back to go train with the under-21s after you've played with the likes of, say, people like, sorry, Chelsea fans. I feel like Chelsea is so mid currently that I can't even mention anybody who I would define as an icon in Chelsea. I was going to say
Cole Palmer.
But, that's the next person I was thinking about. I was going to say, he's played Cole Palmer.
Nico Jackson, new contract? Legend?
Please. I said mention players. I did not say mention carpenters. Okay? Wait. Man literally just said Nicholas Jackson. For me, I just think that the person that's done Nicholas Jackson juju, if you're from Nigeria, you know what juju is. The person that did his juju is very strong. The fact that Nicholas Jackson is playing for a team that's as strong as Chelsea, the juju it's definitely come from Edo State in Nigeria.
It's not bad, though, to get over double figures in goals still with all of that juju.
Yeah, but then again, you could have... No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said the person that did the juju is strong, because when you look at Nicholas Jackson's level of play, the kind of goals he would miss, the kind of mistakes he does, you would know that, and then he still has a double figure. So you would know that the juju is strong. Like, do you know what that is? Fam, this is crazy. This is some next level kind of juju. But anyway, speaking about... the kind of people that Conor Gallagher has played with, and then seeing the level where they've demoted him to so far, I think is really not. It's very sad. It's very disrespectful for him.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, Chelsea did sign the likes of Pedro Neto. That was the rumor we last heard on Friday, and since then that deal has gone through. So make it about 57 squad members now on that team. I love this. Zubimendi said no to Liverpool. I know Liverpool fans are fuming, but you know what this shows me is this Real Sociedad team is so close-knit. He believes in the project at Sociedad, and I'm so happy as well seeing a Spanish player staying in Spain, staying in La Liga, staying at a really quality team. I know this is sad for Liverpool, but I love seeing that he's staying there.
It's good to see, and he's a really good player. We obviously saw him come on for Rodri in that final. As much as it hurts me to talk about it, he did play fantastically. I was talking with our producer Ben about how, and he said he's like a mini Rodri in that sense, the way he plays, the influence he has on games. And you see players that come through that Real Sociedad Academy, they've had some quality players over the years, and to see another one come through and then stay to, set their mark on that team and become a leader in that team, it's really good to see. Obviously, a move to the Premier League, a move to Liverpool would have been really exciting, and I imagine very hard to turn down. But when you're at that stage of your career, I imagine he'll have quite a few more offers coming in, not just this summer, but it'll be in January, it'll be next summer, it'll be windows to come, he'll be a sought-after player if he continues to play like he does.
I mean, but then again, what's the guarantee that it's going to be playing like that? For me, I don't know why that deal did not pull through, but it would have been nice to see him play for an English team, especially Liverpool.
I'm so happy he's
I mean, Liverpool, who, fact is, people would believe that they are contenders for top 4 this season or this coming season. It would be nice to see a player of that caliber literally be part of that project in Liverpool, where...
But you could argue Real Sociedad are going to make a run for the top 4 in La Liga. Like, I think people need to give more respect to, especially these Basque teams, Bilbao and Sociedad. Like, they are really good, and I know that a lot of people don't watch them. But maybe
well, exactly. That's the reason. That's where I was literally going to. For me, let me see. When we look at the like of Victor Osimhen, for example, right? Sorry for bringing Osimhen, yeah. Osimhen today, his popularity is based on the fact that he's gone to Napoli and he's literally put his footprint there to say, I am the best man at some point whilst I was playing in Napoli, right? And then the fact that he's popular in Africa is only because he's African and he's from Nigeria, one of the most populous countries in that continent. Actually, it's the most popular and the most populous in that continent, right? Now, he's gone to Napoli. You know, he became literally like a machine there. And the reason why we speak about Osimhen today is because of that, all this kind of achievement. Now, if I tell you that, what's the name of the player again that's pulled out of Liverpool, right? You see, now, if you tell an average Nigerian, if they know who this person is, right, they might tell you that, well, I need to go research, I need to go check who this is, right? For a player who we are saying plays in that level of football, he's done it in, I mean, if he's playing the way we've explained, right, I feel like he's done his homework already. Why about you come to a league where you will be seen? How about you come to a league where you play?
You're saying people don't watch?
No, I'm not trying to say they don't watch. They do watch, but I'm saying that the popularity is way different, okay? Listen.
But I think that also has to do with, how
many Nigerians go to watch Bilbao versus Real Sociedad?
Nigeria. Hey, all Nigerians, I'm talking to you right now. You guys need to watch La Liga. But I know a lot of it has to do with who has the rights and where it's being shown. I know some leagues are harder to find, but La Liga is without a doubt out of the top 5.
I'm not trying to say they don't watch them though.
All
I'm saying is it depends. It depends
yeah,
on
so
who.
start watching
Say for example, if Real Madrid was playing, say, Barcelona, or Barcelona playing, say, Atletico Madrid or something, right? I guarantee you they would watch. But I'm saying that if Bilbao is playing Real Sociedad or playing Leganés, or, I mean...
Leganés?
No, I mean, no...
Nearly promoted
It's not so much the league, it's the club, I think. And especially when you're talking about a club with the stature of Liverpool, they're, you know, one of, if not the most successful team in England, along with Manchester United. And when you talk about a player like Zubimendi going there, I think people get excited. And to see a player playing for Liverpool in the Premier League, you always like to see new players coming to the Premier League. As a fan of football, you're a fan of the Premier League. So, yeah, I think in some ways disappointing that he didn't come. But when you talk about the Osimhen, actually there has been sort of updates recently in that deal that one of the directors at Napoli has flown to London, is in talks with the Chelsea camp about a potential swap deal with Lukaku going over to Napoli, obviously reuniting with Antonio Conte, and then Victor Osimhen coming to Chelsea. I think the only spanner in the works, and it's quite a big spanner, is the money. Yep. I think Chelsea obviously wanting to reduce that fee a little bit. I think overall the valuation for Osimhen from Napoli is around 115 million. There would be a cash offer from Napoli for Lukaku, but I still think the money that Napoli want for Osimhen, Chelsea don't want to spend at the moment or can't spend on at the moment.
Klinton, I want to ask you about Manchester United and Mazraoui and De Ligt being signed both from Bayern Munich to the Red Devils. Does this give you faith?
I mean, there's some level of faith, but I mean, they are very good players. Right now, I think anybody they sign into Manchester United is better than anything they have in Manchester United. The only one signing I'm very particular about is the one who's come on our central defence. What's the name again? Yeah, De Ligt, right. Now, when you look at the like of what's the name of this guy who was going through a lot, you know, with the whole mental health, the one that his mom had to. What's this? Come on.
Rashford.
No, there was our central defence in Manchester United. Harry Maguire. Yeah, that's the one. No, I was saying that, you know, I mean, do you think the Leeds would bench Harry Maguire? I mean, on paper, yes, but is Harry Maguire that bad? I don't think he's that bad. I just think that Harry Maguire has his time, his period. When he's on his period, I just think he needs a pad and go chill, right? But when he comes into the game and he's ready to play proper football, Harry Maguire is good. I've seen him. People just hate him for a reason I still don't understand even till this moment. Are they good signings? It's always good to have an extra somewhere where you can say, okay, if this person is not performing, this person can come in place. Very good signing, and I'm hoping that they do make a change for Manchester United this season.
Especially with Wan-Bissaka heading out the door. Sorry to...
No, you're good, you're good.
I think Mazraoui obviously offers, a backup in that defence. He's obviously in contention to start, but with Wan-Bissaka heading to West Ham, they needed a replacement. I think both deals were hinging on the other one working for it to go through, but when you lose a player like Wan-Bissaka, who I do think has the potential to be a top player in the Premier League, you have to bring in someone as quality to replace him, and Mazraoui, I think, does that.
I agree as well. Really quickly, we are wrapping up in just a few minutes, but I have to ask Klinton Cod here about a certain Nigerian. Ashake. And the album that has come out.
Pronounce the name properly, please, before I answer that
Clinton,
question.
you have 2.5 minutes, so you want to talk about it, or
how do you say it?
You know what? Today we're just going to postpone this talk, but what we're going to use this 2 minutes is for me to get you guys to pronounce the name properly. Say Ashake.
Ashake.
No, they don't say with a British accent. Say Ashake. Oh, the Ashake. Say it. Go on.
Say it again.
Ashake.
Ashake.
Yes. Go on, Sarah.
Ashake.
Good. That's how you pronounce it. Now, obviously, he dropped an album recently, and the album is called Lungu Boy, and there's been some different conversation going on as to what people think about the album. Personally, I think he's done better than that album before. He dropped an album last year called Work of Art, which I believe is probably the best album that's come from Nigeria in the last 10 years, or maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years me stretching it. And he's dropped this one, and there's so many mixed feelings when it comes to that. But please, there's not enough time for me to get into that. But I'm just very angry that after listening to Work of Art and I listened to Lungu Boy, he didn't give me the what I was expecting to see from Ashake. But we're going to come right, because we don't really have time to...
Okay, so tomorrow we'll do more.
We're going to be speaking about Ashake here tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow we're talking Ashake.
Sorry?
Biggest Nigerian artist?
Definitely not. Definitely not. For now. I mean, he's getting there, but not for now, it's not.
Really quick, Friday Peters says, Sarah, we watch La Liga much here in Nigeria. Well, that warms my heart. I'm happy to hear that. Hopefully it...
But you didn't read the last sentence.
Yeah, he did. He says, mostly Premiership.
Carries what?
Much audience.
Exactly.
But
So meaning that him and his family and a few other friends, they watch La Liga.
So why are you including his family? First of all, let's not talk about your family. Let's not do that. You have no idea. I just wanted to hear that people are watching La Liga in Nigeria.
I never said
That's
people
all I
don't watch
wanted
it.
to hear.
But
All right, guys, after this, we have the Saudi Super Cup coming up. Al Tawoun is playing Al Nasser in the Saudi Super Cup semi-final. Right after this, make sure you watch that. And then following that match, we have Leeds and Middlesbrough at 8 p.m. WAT, 7 p.m. GMT in the Carabao Cup first round. Tomorrow, Clinton, what are we talking about?
Ashake.
All right, guys, enjoy the football, and we'll be back tomorrow as always. Take care.
Ebwe.